Hi everyone, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have some project shares for the KSCraft Lovers store on AliExpress and Amazon. I received my July design team package and there are tons of great new Halloween and fall dies and dies you can use for any time of year actually. So yeah, I got about 5 projects made so far. So I thought I'd come on and show you what I've got done so far, and all the links of these products will be down in the description box, of course, to the AliExpress store. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to provide measurements and answer whatever I can here in this video. All right, so let's get started. The first die set is called the Angel Wing Bow Dies, and this one you can order either in the big size or the small size. I made samples in both, so I'll measure them in a second. And the good thing about these is there are 3 different layers on the bow, which make it really nice and dimensional. There are stitch lines around each part, which is excellent, even in the center wrap that goes around the whole bow. And it's just really, really pretty. I love bow dies. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that. So I was really happy to get this set because it's different and it's really, really pretty. I used some Hobby Lobby faux vinyl or faux leather to cut these. This one is one that I used. It's crazy holographic on the camera, but yeah, it's like a silver holographic. And I also used the cherry one, which I love this one. And finally, I got to use it in a project. This is the first time I've used that. And then I also use this like mermaid fish scales kind of looking one. This one, it's kind of iridescent, I would say. This one was on clearance. I think the holographic one was also. Picked those up a while ago. So anyway, here's the small one. And isn't that cute? It's got the 3 different layers, like I said, and it's very easy to put together. I assembled it using Fabri-Tac, and you could use hot glue. Either one would work. Fabri-Tac dried pretty quickly, so I just, held it for a second, and then it was fine. And before I actually glued the loops together, I punched a hole through each section with the small hole punch that I have, because I knew I wanted to put everything together with brad. So that's what I did, and it makes it really nice and secure once it's all together. So this one, like I said, is a small one, and the widest part, it's almost 2.5 inches wide, but that's at the tails. And then at the longest part, it's about 2 inches. So yeah, I had a heart brad. I think this was from Michael's when they had their big brad clearance a while back. So I think this looks really nice. I like using faux leather for bows because they're really nice when they're folded. There's no like crease in the paper, which sometimes can happen if you use regular paper. And I just think it looks pretty with faux leather. So there's that one. And then here's one of the bigger ones. This is in that mermaid scales type of faux leather. This one is widthwise. Let's go for the widest part. It's 2 7/8, and then top to bottom it's 2 3/8, I guess. So again, I used a brad from Michael's in the center, and I used a star because I thought it kind of went with like a mermaid kind of theme, like starfish or something. So I put it together the same way with the Fabri-Tac to put the loops down, and I punched holes in it first and then put a brad through it when it was all assembled. So nice and secure and perfect to pop on a project, make it into a barrette, put on a bag topper or gift packaging, anything you want with your bows. That's what I like about bows. They're so versatile, they're fun to make, and I love this one. I just love how nice and thick it is. If you want to know how thick it is with the faux leather, it's well, it really depends, but it's about 1 inch thick. So yeah, I love that one. And then this is the cherry one, which I think came out so cute too. I just used a plain red brad in the middle because I thought that went with the cherry theme. And yeah, that's it. I didn't do any with paper this time. Just wanted to stick with the faux leather. I love how the stitch lines come through on the faux leather too, on all of them. So yeah, oh, that's a comparison if you want to see them side by side, the big and the small. So super cute bows. Hope you like them. I love them. And yeah, links down below, of course. All right, my next project is going to be the test tube box, and that one comes in a set like this. Oh, and by the way, all of the dies that I got this time, they came in bags like this, like Ziploc bags. I love this new packaging, Hannah. This is excellent. So instead of the, just the plastic bags that lots of times will rip once you open them, these are really nice and sturdy. You could store your dies in here. They're Ziploc, so you can just reuse them. Even if you don't want to use them for your dies, if you want to put your dies somewhere else, you can use these for other things in your craft room. So yeah, I meant to say that at first, but aren't those great? So anyway, back to the products, the test tube box. So on the website, there are some examples using test tubes, like glass test tubes, or maybe they're plastic, I'm not sure. I don't have any test tubes right now, so I wanted to make this in a different way, just in case, you don't have test tubes, or you want to think of a different way to use it if you don't, necessarily want to use a test tube. It does come with this tag that's shaped like a test tube, so you could always hang this on the side of it and then just fill it any way you want. So that's what I did. Let me show you what I made. And I made a little fall themed box, and I filled it with some like giant fall themed sequins. I think they're table scatter officially. I probably got this at Hobby Lobby. I had it in an unmarked bag in my fall craft, so I really don't remember, but I think that's what it's from. Anyway, this box is very simple to make. You just cut out 2 of the base pieces. This is the base piece here. And it comes with the tabs pre-scored, so you just put some double-sided tape on there, and it goes together really nice and easily. So I did add some acetate behind the windows so you could see through it. I put acetate on both sides. The paper I used for this one, in case you're curious, this is a Lawn Fawn paper pad called Fall Fling. I had bought this it was either earlier this year or late last year. I remember Marilyn G had shown this, so I had to copy her and get it too. So hi Marilyn, if you're watching. I love this paper pad. It's got really nice small fall prints on it and very colorful, like Lawn Fawn is. So I used that, and I used my favorite AC cardstock base paper, and this kind is solid core. It's not white core, so when you bend it, you don't see a white line. I like that a lot. So yeah, so there's the Hobby Lobby table scatter in there. I added this little spoon to the side. This spoon, again, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. I'm not quite sure. It did not have a hole in it, so I just took my drill and a smallish drill bit and just made a hole in there. That was easy as can be. If you can work a drill, you could do that. And I strung a ribbon through it and a bead and glued on one of the sequins there. So let's open it up. I tied it all together with this like a sheer aqua ribbon. I couldn't think of the name. That coordinated with the paper. And so what I did for the top, because the top has, let me show you. The top looks like this when you put the box together. Since I didn't have a test tube to fill up the hole, I needed to cover it up so that the sequins wouldn't spill out. So I just I cut out a couple of squares, and it comes with the square die that's supposed to go on the bottom here, and I didn't even make a layering piece for that. I just cut this out twice and glued them together, and scored a little part here and added some glue on the scored line just to make kind of a little flap here. So you could open it up and shake out some sequins and then close it up. You could even add like a reusable glue dot or something on the end here, but I thought the ribbon would be fine. And then for the little spoon, I just tied a little knot on the end of the ribbon, and since there are notches there for your test tube, I figured I could just put my ribbon through there and the knot holds it in place. So isn't that cute? I thought this was a fun idea, you know, little out of the test tube box. Sorry, don't delete me. It was a bad joke. Anyway, yeah, so you could just fill this with anything. A few different lip balms would be great. It's a really nice size box. Let's measure it. It is 4 3/4 inches big, about, yeah, lengthwise, and then it's about 1.5 inches wide, and the depth too. So it's a nice square box. Well, it's squared, but it's a rectangle. You know what I mean. And yeah, I think it's a cute little gift box, and you can fit a lot in here. I poured a lot of table scatter in here. This would be great to gift to somebody, maybe a hostess gift, and they can add it to their Thanksgiving table, or, you know, whatever season you make your box to coordinate to. So yeah, that's my test tube box. I hope you'd like it. You know, just something a little bit different, a different way to use it. I will put that there and move the ribbon so you could see that if you would like to. All right, we're going to move on to the next project. Okay, this one is called the New Halloween Shadow Words. And you know KSCraft, they do great shadow words. And these are a really pretty font in Halloween words. There's ghosts, fright, witch, and treats. And I used one of them in a project, but there are the other 3 I just cut out and haven't used yet. So here's ghosts, and I used some paper from Halloween Party. Let me show you that paper pad. That was from DCWV last year, and I love this one. I have the smaller paper pad too, but I have that packed away, so I have to get out my other Halloween stuff, but luckily I had this out already. So I used this paper in a few of my projects that I'm going to show you today. So anyway, there's ghosts, and I used pink shimmer paper. This is from the Michaels little shimmer paper pad. Let me show you that one too. A lot of you guys have this one. So yeah, there's ghosts and witch. Isn't that a pretty font? And the dot on the eye is already attached. You don't have to like worry about piecing that on separately. And you can even add, you know, a stickle or something there. And this one is fright. Oops, little end is coming up. I'll have to re-glue that. But yeah, isn't that pretty? So I did make something with the word treats, so I'll show you that in a second. Let me measure these. Okay, so fright looks like to be the longest one. So that's about 3.5 inches by, let's see, 1 3/4 inches. So great size for your cards, bag toppers, embellishments, albums, layouts, all that sort of thing. All right, so let's move on to the witch bag topper. This is great. I don't have a lot of bag toppers. I know I always say that, and I really don't, especially like holiday themed. I don't have any Halloween ones. This one I think is really, really cute. So it folds at the top, I'll show you in a second, by the moon, and there's a silhouette of the witch on her broom in front of the moon, and the witch is all stitched, which is awesome. And then it comes with the layering pieces of the hat, and then the broom part, you know, where the sweepy part is. I don't know what that's called. Bristles, I guess. And here's the moon, and it has some embossing on it, which is really nice. I used a pattern paper, so you can't really see it. And then it comes with layering pieces for the broom itself, but I just left them attached to the moon because I knew I would lose that little thing if I attempted to cut that apart. So I will show you that in a second too, but let's move on to the next one because these are all incorporated into the same project. This is the Black Cat Mug Shaper. Black Cat Mug Shaker. And yeah, black cat, but you can make any kind of cat you want. If you don't want to make it a Halloween theme, like if you just want to make it, you know, just a cat shaker mug, then you can make it the cat any color you want. Black, of course, is your typical Halloween cat. I have a black cat, and she's very, very sweet, and I love her, so this reminded me of her. So anyway, it looks like a mug, and it comes with the layering pieces, so you can make a shaker on the tummy, and then it comes with like a neck collar part, and then eyes, nose, ears, and actually those are the ears, and then some stars that you could either add inside the shaker or put on the front of your cat, which is what I did. So let me show you my project that incorporates all three of these things. Here it is. I made a Halloween witch bag topper with the black cat mug shaker, and this is one of the new Halloween shadow words. So let's start with the bag topper. Isn't that cute? I left it just that pink shimmer paper. I like kind of how it's a silhouette even though it's a light color, but I just think it's really effective to keep it like a solid color there. And I made the layering pieces black, and this is like a black shimmer paper that I had gotten from Sizzix a while ago in like a black pack. And this white paper, and it's got bats and other Halloween things on it. It's from the Halloween Party paper line. Same thing for the little layering parts of the broom. And the orange background paper is from Halloween Party as well. That's what the back looks like. I didn't add anything to that. I just thought the front needed, the layering pieces. So on the inside, and this bag here is just a A2 size bag. So I stuck the cat mug shaker on with reusable glue dots, so whoever gets this can pop it off and put it on a project or whatever. And I used that same black shimmer paper for the cat and coordinating papers from the Halloween Party line. I used diamond dots for the shaker bits and just a whole bunch of different, well, not a whole bunch, a few different Halloween colors that matched: pink, white, black, and orange. And there's a cute little pumpkin paper on the back, which I love. And see, that's where I put those little stars. I just glued them onto the front to make it look like buttons. And I thought this paper really worked nicely with the black cat mug, so I used that. And here's the other Halloween word treats. This one I also popped up on some Dollar Tree foam. I just cut out the shadow part with Dollar Tree foam, and it's really nice and dimensional. And the good thing about this Dollar Tree foam is, I don't know if you've seen it, but they have pink now. So I just, I cut it out so the pink was on the back because you wouldn't be able to see it on the front anyway. So I thought, when whoever pops this off to put on a project, they'll get a nice little, surprise of pink on the back. So I thought that was cute, and I probably should have bought more from Dollar Tree when I saw it because I think they're all gone at my Dollar Tree right now. So let me measure the mug, which I did not do yet. That's about 3.5 inches wide by 3 inches up and down. Treats, well, I'll measure that. That's about 3 1/4 by 1.5, not even 1.5. And then the bag topper is from end to end. It's about, let's say, 4 3/4 inches long and 3 inches wide, but super cute. You can really dress her up any way you want. I think some bling would look really nice on her, make her kind of like a glam witch. I love pink in Halloween crafting, and I think it looks really nice with orange and black and white too. Just adds a nice little pop, a different unexpected color, So those are my projects today. Oh, I wanted to show you quick the tag for the test tube box. So this is what it looks like when you cut it out, and there's the layering piece that I cut out of like a matte silver paper just to look like a top. So if you were, wanted to, you could put this up here on the top and just to make it look like a test tube. So anyway, that's what that looks like cut out. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm going to be working on some more KSCraft design team projects, but like I said, I wanted to get these out and share them with you as soon as I could. So thanks for watching. Leave me a comment if you'd like. I'd love to hear what you think. And of course, I'll be back with more crafty videos. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Bye.